Scorpio, I am back. Sorry I was gone for a while. I had a lot going on. I put out a general reading. I explained it a little bit. But we're here for, excuse me, we're going to do a mid-month for September. We'll pull do a three-card spread, and then I'll clarify each one. So let's see what is happening. Okay. Looks like you've been going through some stuff. Okay. Queen of Swords. Somebody who wants to live in their truth and only speak their truth. Based on the other cards that are here, I feel like you may have had a couple of harsh words spoken to you. Three of Cups. I feel like somebody may have put you in a third-party energy. There could be two different stories here. We're gonna clarify. That's why we always pull extra cards. The Three of Cups could be celebration and excitement, or it could be somebody celebrating too much with someone else. Like I said, and that Queen of Swords, she holds that sword of truth. It's that double-edged sword where the harsh words can be spoken. She is considered the bitch of the tarot for a reason, because she does not ever let someone else's opinions affect how she operates and what she does. But I feel like the last card that came out was the Star. So I feel like you are now coming out of that space and healing from it in a different way. Let's see here. The Star is also about being unique, being different amongst the other stars. It's somebody seeing you for your value, for who you are and what you bring to the table, and what makes you so special and different. So let's see, what is the Queen of Swords about? Yeah, lots of harsh words were spoken. Four of Swords is what we see after the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak in the tarot, right? And the Four of Swords is the healing and the rest that needs to come after. It's almost the minor arcana version of the Star in the deck. A little bit different, because when it's major arcana, it's all about what the universe forces us into, and the universe has said this is time for healing. This is when you've also made the conscious decision to worry about self-care, to worry about you. This is the repose and the rest after a very hard time on your heart. So let's see. Talk to me more about that. Yeah, look. A foundation, I think, crumbled. You've got two fours here. You got that Four of Swords and now the Four of Wands. It's the happy home, happy life, happy family, stability, that energy of security. And I feel like I said, it's almost like there's some of you are living in one extreme and the other are living in a different extreme, because there's also a second story here that flows that shows that some of you are taking the time to go in and reflect on a relationship or something that's very big and very important to you right now that you maybe don't want to see, to let go of. What card was I just talking about? Nope, for the majority of you, it's the first story, the initial. I think sometimes it's almost like that sense of that you almost feel bad for the way the cards are laying out, that it's like you don't want to hurt someone in what you say, but the truth is the truth. And you are in Four of Swords because you just finished coming out of Three of Swords, where all those swords, the sword of truth, was all stabbed right into your heart. You heard things you didn't want to hear, maybe said things you didn't want to say, but whatever it was, it was no good. What do we got here? The World. I think everything kind of sort of collapsed on you. And that's why it was time to take a new direction. I think you're trying to head toward that Four of Wands. The Three of Wands is when you've realized that what's in front of you is not working. You've realized that there were two or three more, very distinct paths and choices, and you realize you had to take a different one. We see the World when you have gone through a lot of lessons. The World is the final card in the major arcana. It's card 21. So that means that all of those other major arcanas that are there, you've gone through all of your moments. You've gone through your lessons. You've done the work and the soul searching and all of that good stuff. And you are not going to settle for less than that. I think there was maybe like this epiphany or something that finally hit you, that you don't have to live in that kind of energy. Wow, you got a lot of fours going on. I don't know if four is significant to some of you, but this is the third one that has popped out. Four of Pentacles is wanting to hold tight to a very, very big wish. Ace of Pentacles on its own is the biggest wish. What you can't want anything more than this. And it's the Four of Pentacles is when you are trying to hold on to everything, when it's spread like this in a love reading. I feel like I need to tell you on a side note, though, the Four of Pentacles is also a card that tells me you need to watch your finances. Be careful about the overspending, the overindulgence. That's going to lead to bad things down the line. It may not feel like it now, but later on, yep, you're working hard, so don't blow it. Put that work in. Put that time in, the effort. You will eventually be able to reap the benefits if you keep your focus. And so just be careful, financially right now. No, not too much of the overindulgence. Clear up this. Yes, that Three of Cups was most definitely a third party. Secrets, lies, illusions. And that person was good, so don't fault yourself. I think you really didn't see it coming. You knew, I think, there's always that gut thing, but you didn't want to believe it. So it kind of like what I just did. I sort of didn't want to believe that it was like, started out as not such a good story, but then reality kind of hit you in the face, and it's, you have to deal with it. Let's see. Tell me more about this moon and the illusions. What is happening? Oh, yeah. See, there she is again. Queen of Swords. We've seen her twice now. And look, she's unbothered, unfazed. Can't fuck around with her. She's just better than that. She holds that sword. And in this one, this one, she looks a little more passive, like she's thinking about using it. In this one, she's got no doubt in her mind that she is absolutely going to use it for the next dummy that walks along, and she needs to unleash. Just be careful about that kind of energy. You don't want to project it where it's not supposed to be. But there were definitely some truths and stuff that finally came out about something super toxic. The moon and the devil together. I got to tell you, with the Queen of Swords, I'm not sure that in all my years of reading, I have ever seen that combo come out. That's a little terrifying, whoever you were dealing with. Whoever you were dealing with was somebody you can just see super toxic, but there was such an attraction or a passion or a connection of sorts that kept you there for longer than it should have. And now I think you finally realized it's time to walk off. New journey, new path, new things. And that's where the healing comes in. So tell me more about the star. How are we healing from all of this? Okay. Sorry, we had a little explosion. The High Priestess. Yes, you coming to terms. That, like I said, it's like you had some crazy epiphany. And not that you didn't know before that you didn't deserve this, or you weren't worth this or that. But there's that, this is that inner knowing and the belief where you actually understand that in order to heal and grow and allow the space into your life for the things that actually fill your soul, you have to let go of the things that don't work. And it hurt, and that's what's so difficult about it. Like I said, I think you weren't expecting it. I think, you made like a choice or something to, ride off into the sunset with this person, expecting some happily ever after, but no. It was a lot more work and a lot more juggling and a lot more than you anticipated. This is the card of too much on your plate, where something, you're bound to drop one of those balls because it's just too much. It's too much. But with this healing, what comes? Emotions. And we know you don't like to deal with emotions, especially not in an obvious way. You'll bury them for other people and pretend like you have none. But we all know that, you're one of the biggest softies if somebody actually knows you. And I feel like you are almost waiting on an apology from someone, maybe for some sort of closure or something. But I got to tell you, that's not how we get closure in this life. Ever. You can never get closure from the person you're actually expecting. I mean, occasionally, but not really. The closure has to come from within you when you make realizations that, yep, slow to arrive, but it's finally here and worth every second of the what you've been waiting for. Like I said, I think you had an inkling deep down in your soul that you knew you were destined for better, bigger, more. What feeds you, what ignites you. There it is again. You came out of some that's what you are healing right now, is heartbreak. That first story was very much on target. Let's see here. The Hierophant. Some of you could have actually been married or in a very seriously committed relationship, living together. Oh, look at what came out on the bottom. Lies, deception, stealing, cheating, taking what's your, trying to run off with all the goods and not giving a shit about what you leave behind and the destruction that's left in the wake, I feel like this person really did a number on you, and I think that you have been healing for quite some time from it, and I feel like all of a sudden you got some sort of like, it was like this, like boom, like almost like a lightning bolt, like a something where you just know that you're connected to a much bigger purpose and you understand why it had to come to a close, I think in a different way than you did before. Yep, because there was no balance and you need balance. Somebody was taking more than they were giving in this situation. Too much. Too much. Maybe it was even a financial burden on you, like a big one, because you've got quite a bit of pentacle energy coming in, which is very grounded, earth, money, type energy. And you've gotten a lot of that in this read. Yeah, look at this. And even same cards keep coming out. You got that Two of Coins again, which you had before. The juggling act, the juggling. But look, not worth it. You were fighting with someone who has such a big ego. They don't care who gets hurt in the end. They don't care how much someone gets hurt. That I feel like you were dealing with a true narcissist, almost feeling like, oh my God, was I dealing with the devil himself? Because it's just, this is not normal. It's not normal behavior. It's not. And I feel like some of you, this could be just a small, tiny percentage, even one or two of you, literally just, I think it was so unexpected and you had such different hopes, and that this person is almost still finding a way to like give it to you, to like torture you a little. It's like you can't shake them fully or something. Yep, justice, endings, divorce, completions. Justice is universal balance. The universe is ready for the balance. This, again, it's like you keep getting major and minor arcana versions, which tells me that the universe was setting it up and lining it up for you, and you have finally caught on, and you're in the right mode now to go and get that balance, that what it is that you want. See, justice is always holding the scales, just like here, and justice is also always holding that sort of truth, because that truth is necessary to move forward. And I think you have come to terms with that truth within yourself in a different way than you ever have before. All right, this reading's going a little longer than I originally intended, but I feel like we're not done. I end the reading when it's supposed to be ended, and it's not quite finished. You have another message. Let's see what the universe needs to tell you about all of this. My guess is it's going to tell you just move along. Yep, there it is. Two of Cups. Stop focusing on what you lost, because you have a very deep soul connection coming sooner than you think, I think. And I think that part of you knew that in your soul, that this wasn't right, because there's something else or someone else that's really meant to be your match. What goes on here? Five of Wands. You've been in your head about it a long time. You've known. You just have been ignoring your instincts, which is bizarre because you never do that. And because there was emotions, a lot of emotions, which sometimes you're not comfortable with, so it got the better of you. Ace of Cups, that's the outpouring of emotions, the overflow of emotions. They have to overflow, because if it sits still, it becomes toxic, like that energy. And I think now you're going to be ready for a new beginning where you don't have to be afraid with someone emotionally. Don't punish the next one for the last one's mistakes. I've made that terrible mistake before, and I've, not that I regret it. There is no such thing as regret. I made the best choices in the time that I could. But you are most definitely, look at this, justice came out again. Justice is universal balance. And you have the Page of Swords. Your focus needs to go somewhere else. Like I said, you're not going to get closure from this person. In fact, if you keep trying to get it, it's only going to keep them in your energy field and never let you release them the way you need to. Stop worrying about closure. Time heals everything. There is no such thing as closure. You will never forget things that have happened to you, or you just respond to them differently. You don't have the same response in your body or in your brain or in your soul anymore. And that's okay. Let's see what your song sign is. If anybody's new, I always pull, I put up a random playlist. I've been listening to 90s lately. I don't know why. I mean, it's the music I grew up with, so maybe it's just a comfort thing. We have a 90s playlist on Spotify, and your song, Hero, Mariah Carey. That's very bizarre. I just was talking about that word this morning, that sometimes people pretend to be the hero, but they're really a zero. And then I can't even make it up. I sent the picture to my bestie, and I was like, look at this. I was just talking about, people acting like heroes, but really are zeros. And I went to pull in to get my son from somewhere, and the license plate, it was like a personal, and it said zero on it, like huge, within 5 minutes of me talking to her about this. Like, it just, so crazy. But yes, Hero, Mariah Carey. Look up the artist, look up the lyrics, look up the whatever, the year it came out, the album name, the producer. I don't care, but there's something in there that's going to resonate with you. I hope this was helpful. I hope things get better for you, and I will see you in a few weeks for the October readings.